So hello everyone, my name is Devesh Kuti. Today we are talking about the tips to improve your credit scores. Here are the 21 tips to improve your credit score. The first is to free annual credit score. If you don't know what is your credit score, here is a link for a free annual credit score report. Go visit annualcreditreport.com to obtain your free credit report. Okay. So the first tip is to plan to resume paying federal student loans. If you have some loans of some student loans, then prepare to pay those loans. Okay. So the first point is since March 2020, federal student loans borrowers have not Okay, so let's start our video. I have opened it to check the audio and everything. Then the first tip is the 22 tips to improve your credit scores in 2024. The first is, if you don't know what is your credit score, go check your credit score from the website known as annualcreditreport.com and obtain your free credit report. The first tip is to plan to resume paying federal student loans. Since March 2020, federal student loans borrowers have not had to make payments and interest rates have been set to 0%. The forbearance period has been extended to May 1st, 2024. Help protect your score from the advertiser effect on a missed student loan paying by making sure you understand the exact date when your loan payment come due again and reviewing your budget to determine whether the resumed payments will stretch you financially. Okay. If you are concerned about your ability to afford your loans long term, talk to your servicer about signing up for an income driven repayment plan. Okay, set up automatic bill payments. The best way to avoid missing a student loan or other monthly loans or credit card payment is to put your bills on pay. Make sure you have enough money in your checking account to cover each bills to avoid an overdraft. When you know you won't have to deal with a sudden score dip after a forgotten bill, you can focus on other ways to improve your credit. The third tip is to pay down balances. The second most crucial component in your credit score is how much revolving debt you have carrying compared with your total annual credit. In 2020, consumers saw a reduction in average credit and balance and subsequently their credit utilization ratios, helping lead to an average US credit score that hit a 13-year high. Make it goal to reduce any high interest credit card debt first, since that likely costs you more money in interest than, say, an auto loan or federal student loan does. Decreasing your credit card balance also show potential lenders that you are responsible with creditors. Experts suggest that always keeping your credit utilization below 30% on your credit limit. Those with the highest score have a rate in the single digit. Okay. The fourth tip is to handle debt collection. If you currently have an unpaid debt that's gone to collections, consider negotiating it down or disputing the debt if you think it's an error. A debt collection is more likely than 3 months past due, and either the original creditor or a debt collector may be contacting you very frequently to get its payments. You have the right to request the debt collectors stop contacting you, but it is in your best interest to deal with the debt. You may pay off the debt in full or contact the lender to negotiate a settlement amount. Ignoring the debt could mean wreck credit and potentially a lawsuit, eventually leading to granized wage or lien against your property. Get a credit builder loan. If you are focused on building credit from scratch or recovering after a hit to your score, a credit builder loan from a credit union could help. You will make fixed payments from 6 to 24 months and your money will sit in a saving account you will be able to access at the end of the loan term. In the meantime, your lender will report your on time payments to the credit bureaus, strengthening your scores. The next step is to seek out a secured credit card. Another option for building credit is to get a secured credit card. If it requires a cash deposit, typically around $200, which is in Indian rupees around 20,000, which becomes your credit limit. You may provide a larger deposit for a higher income limit. You can then use the credit card as you would any other, and the deposit protects the issuer from possibility that you won't pay off your balance. If you use a secured credit responsibility, your card issuer could upgrade you to a traditional unsecured card in the future. Join as an join an account with an authorized user. You can also improve credit by joining a trusted family member or friend credit card account as an authorized user. You will be able to use the card to make purchase and the card payment history will show up on your credit report. That makes it crucial to pick someone whose credit you will benefit from. Work with primary cardholder to pay them for your purchases, as they will be ultimately responsible for any balance on the card. Dispute credit report insecurities. You can get a free credit report from each of three main credit bureaus at annualcreditreport.com index section. Check them each carefully and file a dispute with the appropriate bureau. If you find something on your report you believe shouldn't be there, such as incorrectly reported late payment, you can also report the problem to the appropriate loan or credit card user, which may then update the information with the bureaus. Fixing any issue could give your credit card score a lift. Register for Experience Boost. Experience.com Consumer Product Score Boost HTML. Experience Boost lets you add eligible on-time phones, utility, and streaming payment to your credit report, which you may cause your FICO score to rise. It's free, but it will only affect your Experience credit report and scores. The average Experience Boost user who seek a credit score increase improves the credit by 13 points. Keep old account open. Even if you no longer use an old credit card, it's typically best to keep the account open. That's because your credit score benefit from a long credit history and high total credit limit. Closing stabilizes account will shorten the average age of your account and lower your total credit limit. It will take years before an account closed. It goes the standing drop of your credit report, but the effect on your credit utilization rate are immediate. If a credit card comes with a high annual fee you can't afford, closing the account could be a good option. Or ask your issuer to downgrade the card to a new fee version if possible. Limit new lines of credit. When you apply for a new credit card or loan, a hard inquiry will appear on your credit report, possibly leading to a brief dip in your score. Plan to apply only for the credit you truly need. After you are done enough research to understand which accounts you are likely to qualify for and avoid new loans you may have difficulty paying, so you can help your credit improve. Apply for loans without a short time period. Lots of hard inquiries in short time could be indication to lenders that you are searching for lines of credit you won't be able to pay. Smart borrowers, you will only few loans of the same time, such as mortgage, car, or personal loans. To compare rates, credit scores treat multiple hard inquiries of the same loan type made around the same time as one, reducing the negative effect on your credit score. Try to submit application within a short time frame, ideally 2 weeks. Keep in mind that the scoring models don't offer the same allowance for credit card application. All of these will count individually regardless of when you submit them. The 13th tip is to pay off credit card balance every month. In addition to lowering existing debt balance, minimizing ongoing debt by making it a goal to pay off your credit card each month. Zeroing out your balance each statement provides period keeps your credit utilization low, which is one of the best way to strengthen credit. You will also avoid incurring interest charges. Track your credit score. When you monitor your credit score, you can interview quickly if it drops. You can address factors that influence your credit score, such as high balance, late payments, too many recent hard inquiries. There are many ways to check and monitor your credit score for free, including through your credit card issuer or bank or through Experian. Protect your personal information to avoid fraud. Your credit can be affected by identifying theft if fraudsters access your personal information to open account in our name. To help keep your data safe, use a password manager to create and store unique password and avoid making financial transactions on public Wi-Fi networks, which could be vulnerable to hackers. Possibly 16 points. Responsibly add to your credit mix. Lenders look for a mix of account in your credit file to show that you can manage multiple types of credit. These include installment loans, for which you pay a fixed amount per month, and the revolving credit, which comes with a limit you can charge up to, as it is the case with credit card and home equity lines of credit. The seventh point is to create a budget to help pay off debt and keep your spending in check long term, especially if the cost is of the past few years affect your business. Take time in 2024 to make a budget. This process will offer clarity on the amount you are earning and how much you can safely spend on discerning items. You will then be more likely to make smart choices when you are tempted to use a credit card, and you can prioritize limiting your credit utilization. Work with a non-profit credit counseling agency. If you feel unsure about how to set up a budget or start attacking debt, a certified credit counselor at a non-profit agency can provide a free initial consultation to discuss few steps. Credit counselors also offer debt management plans which can help some borrowers pay down overwhelming debt. Avoid credit repair scams. Some for-profit companies claim to be able to remove negative information from your credit card report for free. The truth is that no company can legally erase information from your file if it's inaccurate. Avoid spending money on credit repair and take tried and true steps to improve your score instead, like lowering debt balance and paying your bills on time. Add rent payment to your credit reports. If you regularly pay rent on time, and add those payments to your credit report to boost the amount of positive information report to the credit bureaus. You can do so by signing up to a service like RentTrack, a win-win for property management companies and renters. In many cases, getting your landlord or property management companies on board will limit the fees you will be charged. Get a loan with the help of consignor. Making on-time payments towards an installment loan, like making timely payments on a credit card, helps build credit history. Beside using a credit builder loan, getting a traditional one, such as a car loan, can add positive information to your credit report and improve your credit mix. If you can't qualify for a loan on your own, ask a consignor for help, but make sure the consignor knows what they are getting into. If you can't afford to pay the loan, it becomes their responsibility. Only seek out a loan if you really need it, not simply to improve your credit score. Potentially boosting your score should be bonus or motivation, not the central reason. Have patience. Patience is a form of action. Improving credit isn't an immediate process. An excellent credit score is most often the result of years of conscious financial behavior. While some strategies will let you see small improvement quickly, joining the ranks of those with the highest credit score will take time. If 2023 brought with it new or continued financial strain over a destabilizing 2020, just commit to doing your best in 2024 and try to avoid moves that could jeopardize your credit score. Thank you. So it's all about, so my name is Devesh Kote and I give financial tips. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and for future content. Thank you.